Yeah, we've looked this up, and really, in the history of pro football, email me if you know of a place kicker who has ever voted MVP for his team for a season. I know some people can say, oh, well, the offense maybe wasn't very good, but nonetheless, Joe Nedney was the one bright light for the 49ers, and Joe was rewarded this offseason. You see him kicking here with the Tennessee Titans. Joe, you've been all over. My guys, Miami, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Panthers, the Titans, and the 49ers. You're from the Bay Area. Was there ever a point where you just said, man, maybe this isn't for me? I mean, I keep getting jobs, but I'm tired of moving.
Well, the way I looked at it is there's 32 teams in the league, so 8 or 9 of them say no. That still leaves about 20 or so say yes. So I was going to try them all out.
Yeah, but it worked out. You got a multi-million-dollar 4-year deal now. But I'm saying, how does your confidence feel when you keep getting released? I mean, because it's easy, like I said, hey, there's always another team, but when you get that notice time after time.
Well, a lot of it was political. There were tight competitions where I lost out. I was with the Raiders. They drafted a kicker in the first round. I was an injury replacement, knowing I was going to be there for a short period of time. So there was always little things here and there that kept me going, but I love what I do. I love Sunday.
Yeah, and it sure worked out. What's the difference playing for the 49ers as opposed to the Raiders?
There's a lot of difference. First of all, the Niners liked me and they kept me on, which is kind of good.
Yeah.
I was hired and fired 3 times by the Raiders, so I think I've had enough of the East Bay. I kind of like it over in San Francisco.
The fans are a little safer too.
Yeah, they have a tendency not to throw batteries and things like that.
Hey, what's Nolan like? All right, couple of seasons, you know, and when I say talk's a good game, I'm not putting him down. I'm saying you have to project that, hey, things are going to get better. The team does he still have the team's ear, so to speak?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the great things that he's got. He's a young, fiery guy. The players are buying into what he's doing. You know, they like him. They like everything he's about. We got Mike Singletary on the defensive side. Guys are fired up to play for him, and we want to win for him.
You agree, though, you have to win more than 4 games this year for people to keep that excitement going?
Absolutely. There's got to be marked improvement. In order for Bay Area fans to come to a game, you got to be a winner. You know, the Sharks are the only ones that have really been doing anything around here lately. So we want to get back to that sold-out status and see how it sells out. But we want the fans to actually come to the games in Kansas State.
I don't think it's any secret this Alex Smith has to come through. You guarantee a guy $24 million, you're going to ride him as far as he'll take you. Indeed, is Smith ready to have a good season, or is he going to need maybe another year or 2 additional?
I think he's got the right offensive scheme with Coach Turner. He's got the great weapons now. We got Vernon Davis, we got Eric Johnson back. We got Antonio Bryant, a couple guys to block. The offense should be a lot more explosive than it was last year. Guys are back healthy. That's the exciting thing. It should be good to watch.
You grew up, as we said, in the Bay Area. Went to Santa Teresa High School. Played for San Jose State. You have been here through all the great 49er business, right? Montana and Young. Do you understand the way people feel now, though, that they've shrugged their shoulders and says, "Oh, it'll never be like it used to be"?
Well, sure. I mean, I felt that way too watching the 49ers. I mean, we watched them dominate through the 80s. That's the way I grew up loving football. So, now that we're where we are, Coach Nolan, he wants us to get back to that greatness. He was around when the Niners were winning big games. He knows what it's about. I think that's everybody's goal. But I've got kind of a different kind of emotional tie here because I know what it's about. I know what the 49er way is, and I want to help him get back to it.
You're hosting or involved in a special event for the late Pat Tillman that you want to mention.
Yeah, we started something last year for the Pat Tillman Foundation, and it's called Team Tillman. Last year, Derek Smith and I were involved in it. Derek, for as many tackles, me for as many field goals. We were donating to the Pat Tillman Foundation. We're going to continue that. It's a great program, and Pat was a friend of mine, teammate. And
is there a website people can log into?
Yeah, it's www.thepatTillmanFoundation.org.
Can I be brutally honest with you? If I knew you were coming from Santa Cruz, I wouldn't have Jason call you. That's too darn far to come.
But it's you, Gary.
But, Joe, there's no need to butter me. There's not a damn thing I can do. And if you only win 4 games again, I'm going to rip you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
No, you are a good guy. No, to come all this way, we owe you one big one, Joe.
I appreciate it.
You missed 3 kicks, and I'll look the other way.
Thanks.
All right, there it goes. You have a question or a comment? Let me tell you, there's nobody in this day and age that drives or goes out of their way to do anything for the media, and we appreciate Joe. Best of luck again.
Thank you.
Pam, Tom, Stacy, that's the MVP of the 49ers.
All right, we had him here.
Thank you, Joe. Good night, everybody.